Well, maybe I'll get my question out of the way right off the bat. I'd asked Ryan Nugent-Hopkins if he'd ever been to Yellowknife, and I wonder if,
Just talking about that, I haven't been to Yellowknife. As a kid, there was one time when I know my dad almost took a job in Inuvik, which would have been a little change of path for me, but haven't been to Yellowknife. But it's great to be involved in Hockey Day in Canada.
Dave, when it comes to kind of getting back that emotional level that everyone was talking about, maybe being spent after those 3 big games, how do you go about doing that? And is it a matter of just getting into the game early today?
Well, we got into the game early last game too, So it's about getting your mind in the right place. To the work you have to put in to be successful. You have to recognize you're coming down the, it's a stretch drive. You got another team here tonight that they're playing for their lives right now, right? So we have to play with that same mindset, and it's. You got to put the work in. The details have to be there, but for me, it's about sustaining that work. And if you're going to be a good team, you recognize times in games when you have to shut things down. You have to check very tight. There's just times in a game situations where you just have to be all in, and that's where you can get better. If you have lapses in games, or you're kind of there but not there, then poor results will follow. So we have to just attention to detail and put the work in, the emotional investment that it takes to win every night in this league. That's where you have to be.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins says you're very calm and don't say much behind the bench. Have you always been that way? Like if the camera's on you, you can't tell really exactly what the score is.
That I've been around a long time, so I know when anything bad happens, it goes to the coach, and I learned early. Probably my mom gave me a couple calls along the way that said, "Don't say that on TV, even though I can't hear you." So I've learned when the camera might be on me, so I don't say much. So, but there's things that I address. But I think if you rant and rave as a coach behind the bench, your players are distracted. I would rather give them direction and recognize what's going on in the game. So I'm not a big yeller and screamer back there, but the intensity is there. My jaw gets sore after a game because you're locked jaw and you're trying to stay calm, So,
So
but
you
it's
get mad in the practices, though.
Oh, now and then you got to get mad. You just got to bring a little emotion. I'm not a yeller and screamer for the sake of yelling and screaming. I just want to correct issues. If we're having issues and we're not getting it, sometimes you got to say it a little louder than other times. But our guys are pretty good. They understand I would rather have them involved in helping to fix the problem than have me yell at problems, right? So there's a team is not just one guy yelling. It's about working together to find solutions.
And through the course of your year, you've had some ups and downs as a group. Would you have had to have done that many times this year? And how does your group respond to it?
No, there's times when you just have to bring attention to certain things, and we've done that at different times. But you do that on both sides. Like you bring that attention when we play really well, when we're doing things well. You bring that to your attention, and then there's some things, and players you're always looking to how to win the next game. So there's areas like you have to correct every day, and you don't have much time to practice. There's things that might slip, so you do that with video, or special teams. You're always tweaking and always doing those things. So it's a never-ending, quest to try to maximize everything you have, and that goes tactically and personnel-wise. So that's what a coach does.
Has Neil been out longer than you thought he would be? Like this week, day to day, has now turned into.
Yeah, he's not going to skate today. He skated a little bit yesterday, and he was a little sore today, so he's not going to skate today. So it's I would say it's right around where I thought he'd be looking to come back right now, and he's not back. So we'll continue to monitor it day to day.
Russell, I mean, is it the same sort of situation as Benning was in? One of those great
a little bit,
because he's had some concussion issues.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. We're going to be careful with that one. So he's hasn't taken much step forward here yet.
Does Caleb Jones draw back in today? Or
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Is
Did you see what you wanted to from Cassian to put him up with McDavid to start the game today?
We'll see how things go. We're still kind of tweaking some lines depending on some matchup stuff that we're looking at tonight.
What, normally when you're down in a game this year, you would put Leon back with Connor, but Leon didn't have one of his best games. So did you just figure, okay, the way the game's going, I don't even know if that's going to work?
Well, I put them together. I put the three of them together after one icing there. They got scored on. So that kind of deters you from things like that right away. Yeah.
How would you describe, like, when you ask your team to play the way you want it to play, what, I don't know if you're a big believer in the idea of identity, but what game do you need your team to consistently be able to access? How would you describe that?
We need to be a hard checking team. Like you take time and space away. We have, we create enough offense in the game, and there's some of our offense that usually is some good chances. So you can create enough, but when you're giving away easy goals and not checking, not taking time and space away, it's we chase games, and we have to be a hard team to play against because we defend well. And if we do that and get strong goaltending, we give ourselves a chance to win, because usually between our power play or we can find enough offense to win, but if we don't defend well, we end up chasing games.
Just to drill down on that a little bit, when you say a hard checking team, do you mean picking up checks and being close to guys, or would you like to see your group finishing more checks?
No, it's puck battles. It's not fitting. When I'm talking about going running around hitting people, a hard checking team is one-on-one puck battles. We want the puck more than the other team. We want to play in the offensive zone more than the other team. If you have the puck, you're able to do that, right? And some teams are high volume. They just grab it and shoot it from everywhere. That's probably not as much of our identity. We want to play with it strong. Like our possession numbers in the offensive zone are pretty good, but when you have players like Connor and Leon, they don't want to just fire it at the net for the sake of firing it. They want to make a good play. But there's some things with that. But when I talk about checking, I talk about tight on people, strong in front of the net. I don't mean people running people through the wall. I mean competing hard for loose pucks, or being on the right side of a puck that doesn't allow somebody to get inside. Those are things that for me, that if we do those well, we give ourselves a chance to win.
So Dave, you talk about when Leon was on the left wing with Connor, you had it, okay, Connor's playing with Leon. Now Leon's got his own line. It seems like you're trying to find somebody who can play on the left side all the time, or
Left side, right side, yeah.
Cass though has got a couple of good games, but normally he plays. So you
Yeah,
still.
so you're still looking to tweak, and with the injuries to Nygaard and Neal, that's affected stuff a little bit.